And that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Snap on the front lawn, look up in the sky, it's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Used to paint. Hard to admit that I used to paint. Natural light on a human face. Stenciled fire in his roommate's face. It was bloom and addiction. A miss and a push and a pigment. Book like a tattooed pigskin look. Pinhead kids at a minute. Drank Kool-Aid from a tube of acrylic. And I grew up in a linseed oil or a linen. Joy to the poison. Voice to the resin. Capture a map of a gesture. Back up, add a little accurate fat to the figure. Redo that, move that inward. Zinc white lightning shoots from his fingers. Studio strewn with illusion and tinctures. Stay tuned for the spooky adventures. You can imagine the stars that align when a forearm starts foreshortening right, or a torso hung on a warping spine. If a portion reads as warm and alive. Routine day with a dirt cheap brush. Then a week goes by and it goes untouched. Then 2, then 3, then a month, and the rest of your life to beat yourself up. I left some seasons eager to fall. I left some work to bury alive. I let my means of being dissolve. I let my person curl up and die. Eating up his innards and unfeasible anxiety is brutally committed to relinquishing his privacy, aligning with the trials of the anti-Midas. Snap on the back lawn, look up in the sky, it's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would've made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings.
I've been killing this. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Browns going up against the Raiders. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Oakland Raiders. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. He'll come out throwing here on first down. And his first look is incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman. And now it's second down. Let's meet the offensive starters, and let's discuss Corey Coleman, first wide receiver drafted out of last year's class.
And there was a reason for that. When you watched his tape, when you watched his games, you saw his explosiveness and ability to play the ball in the air downfield. Don't get hung up on the fact he only ran 4 routes at Baylor. Just coach him up and turn him loose.
Now a handoff looking right. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Calling about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Aldon Smith had an absolute off-the-charts rookie season and continues to be one of the best playmakers at outside linebacker.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He goes left side, and he has dime. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
Second down and just 1. They'll look to throw. And over the middle here, Amaro. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So completion on second down, that brings up 3rd. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now Dan Carpenter to try a field goal here. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt.
And partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
One of the things that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Backing up. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. And Mr. Cooper, Amari, a headliner in this offensive unit.
Brandon, it's rare that you get guys so polished coming out of college, but Amari Cooper has carried himself like a pro probably since he was 6 years old. He is a terrific talent.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion.
All right, here we go.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Now Carr, over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Mostert, and he'll push his way up to about the 14. A gain of 3, second down. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
If your day involves blocking Danny Shelton, you better pack lunch and dinner. It's an all-day job.
Throw on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Aaron Donald's secret, if there is one, to his play, his ability to contort his body in such a way that you can't get a good, clean block on it. He slides through holes and slides past blockers and makes plays just as we saw there.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Play action. Now it's Carr. And he fends him off. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. On play action, it's Carr. Finding time. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama, because of his attention to detail and precision, but don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Ohio. Here we go.
Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
They'll come out in the pistol. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
Brief break in the action here. We'll come back to Oakland after this. And the D looking like they may blitz.
Here we go. Red 38.
the gun. They'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Wonder what's in the offensive playbook on 3rd and 13. We're about to find out. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And quickly, they get to the line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll look to throw here. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the 1st down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did, and batted it away.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. What a surprise here on 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Back to throw now on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's got time. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
All right, here we go.
Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Let's get out of there.
All right, here we go. Wide 88.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
All right, here we go. Wide 88.
Now Mostert. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Here's Mostert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Here we go. Wide 88.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. Wide open receiver complete. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
We ready? Ready, 18.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And a forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now a handoff here to his running back. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. David Amerson able to bring him down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 2nd down following the run. They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Seven yards remaining here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Jones on the return. It looked like he might beat that last man. He doesn't, though, but it goes as a 32-yard return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Carr to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. One receiver to the left is Cooper.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. Double up. It's coming. Double up. Hey, we're going to rally. Rally. Wide. Get wide. Hold on, baby. Alert.
Halfback sent in motion.
Reset. Zebra. Watch the safety creep.
Shotgun now for Carr. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. 17 yards to pick up there. And the back goes into motion.
Check the call. Hold on, baby. Alert. 29.
Now Carr throwing on second down. That is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Their big-bodied receiver. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They're losing here in the 3rd quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
Yeah, and while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was a place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Let's go. 1, 9, 8.
Got to try it here. He's nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And they're not able to convert on fourth down. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
The play clock's running down. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. They come up in an offset eye. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's second and goal.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Play clock winding down. This is Mostert. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on third and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Time running out here on the play clock. And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. Then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Shift together here from the D-line.
Let's go. Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Cleveland. 59 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Four down, check. Four down, let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Carr now on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. Red 18. Red 18. Hello, baby. Alert. Zebra.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
We ready?
From the gun now on third down, Carr throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They come up in an offset eye. And on the ground they go with a running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Another pistol look here. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Surveying the field. And that is incomplete.
That's a really fine play there because anytime you see a comeback route, that means you cannot just stay in one spot and make a play on the ball. You've got to move your feet and move with the receiver, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Marquette King now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
2nd down now after the incompletion. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They'll set up to throw. Bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.